Alright, so I think I'm getting a cold. So I just want to finish up with card suggestions. We'll move on to decks then. Another one, Azuri's Brigade. For any, haven't seen any green Metalcraft decks out there, but I got a nice red-green combination of my own. If you guys really want, I can post up later deck lists of my blue-white Metalcrafting deck. Metalcrafting, yeah. And my green-red aggro deck that I called the Smelter deck. It sounds like a weird deck, but it really does work when you make everything of theirs artifacts, destroy everything, and then you got instant Metalcraft on turn 2, and you keep bashing them, and it's really hard for them to keep up. Even kills off white Metalcraft no problem, and it gives Infect really a run for its money, but Infect is quite fast, so sometimes it doesn't always make it. Salvage Scout is another thing I would consider, because you can use him as a chump blocker, play him like whenever, use him as a chump blocker later on, and before he dies, get back an important artifact that they destroyed. Well, really, if anything, sideboard this. It's interesting and it works. I'm not sure. I didn't really look too much on that new elf deck, the Mirrodin Elves, but I would say this thing is nuts. I use it in my normal Legacy Elves a little bit, and it really, so many combinations go with it. All those Mana Elves are now going to make Azuri so goddamn broken. So this guy's really something to consider for Elves. Sunspear Shikari is a nice little equip guy, but I would say more for casual. I don't see anything with constructed, but it's really good though. First strike and lifelink, and it starts off as a 2/2 for 2. Not bad. And I just want to mention this card because it's so cute. Fervor, just like they leave it unblocked. Shut up. They leave it unblocked, and this can really end the game. Just use up all your red mana, don't play anything first, of course, as usual, play stuff on your second main phase. Been saying that so many times for the new players, it really throws them off. But you attack with this, they don't block this, they leave this unblocked, sack whatever artifacts you got, deal the 12 to 15 damage. That's not gonna add up to 12, no yeah. The 11 to 14 damage. I might be screwing up my math, but I'm not thinking about it much right now. And just finish off the game. I've done it a few times. It's quite cute. So, other stuff. I've seen a lot of infect decks in my meta, and they're really good, I gotta say. Card suggestions I would make for people looking to make a good infect deck is, first, Birds of Paradise. A lot of people don't like it, because it doesn't really go with the whole theme, but really it's an incredible mana fixer, and it ramps you up later. You might not get the turn 1 creature that you really want, but turn 2 you're really going to get out 2 other things, and you're not going to get screwed at all. But I think the major thing that really makes infect decks amazing is Vector Asp. Now a lot of people haven't thought of this already. A few did come up with it, I've seen, but the most amazing play in an infect deck is turn 1 Vector Asp. Turn 2, play that forest. Attack with Vector Asp and give them infect. As soon as they say okay, Groundswell. Give them +4/+4. Turn 2, they have 5 poison counters. Go. Now you're playing with 5 life on turn 2. Well, Red Deck Wins couldn't even do that efficiently back in its time last set. It's really the most amazing play that Infect really comes up with. And it really decimates the other decks because as stuff like I'm forgetting Proliferate, and they take time and all. If you do that with an Infect deck and then you move on and you have Birds of Paradise that goes into Putrefacts and the other cards and you keep bashing and you get your Lords and your Rats, they really have no time to do anything. They need to stop you, and that takes off from their strategy. I haven't seen a deck, aside from my blue-white one, that really holds off Infect that well. I think the best way to hold off Infect really is to have your own small creatures out instantly, like Ornithopters, Memnites, and Glinthawks. Then in hand have some counters for their pumps and their creatures. And the second card that is a must for Infect decks, I gotta say, at least sideboard it, but you have to have 4 of these somewhere with it, is Nature's Claim. For 1 green mana, destroy target artifact or enchantment and they gain 4 life. Hell yeah. Life doesn't matter to you. You're going for poison counters, so they can gain 50 life, unless they have Filter or Sovereign, which will not see constructed. It doesn't matter to you. And it's an instant, so with the set now geared a lot towards enchantments, like the quests and stuff, with that one deck, the Build Your Own Titan, and artifacts, that's really amazing and really decimates the other side and makes Infect even more nuts, as we already see. Also, I guess I will finish this off by talking a little bit about cards that are recently in praise. One card that really is surprising me is Lux Cannon. Why people are using it at all. I know it's great with Proliferate, you get the constantly kill thing, but to me it still seems kind of like a dead card. There's much more you can do in its place. But if you can show me an amazing reason why Lux Cannon is really amazing, please comment, let me know, because I got a Lux Cannon myself. I opened it when my friends opened Wormcoil Engine, a Platinum Empyrean, and Sword of Body and Mind, and I just got pissed. I'm like, I got a $2 freaking Mythic, and the thing sucks. Either 4 mana and 2 turns, or 4 mana and 2 other cards to do something. And you still need to wait a turn, because you still need that initial counter on it. So it kind of pissed me off. Although the idea to destroy any permanent is amazing. Mox Opal, I would say for anybody that opens it, unless you're just going to keep it, sell now. Because I believe the price is really going to drop down to 25 to 30 bucks. That's my opinion, because it is an incredible engine, but it's so limited in its thing that only works in Middlecraft, and I don't think Middlecraft is going to be that huge and constructed. I think we're still going to have old archetypes, we're going to have Infect and other stuff, and Middlecraft is only going to take up a portion like Naya did. Elspeth Tirel, I gotta say, not the best card really, but it is quite amazing, especially in white weenie decks. Those 3 soldiers, just use her up like a Sark in the Mad. Put multiples of her in there and keep using those soldiers. Freaking amazing. If you really need a life gain, yeah, freaking use it. If you're not in white weenie, building up to that board wipe is pretty sick, I must admit. Other than that, I think she's going to continue going down in price. Benser, I think we've now seen our first sideboard Planeswalker. Aside from people like, I know, Chandra Nalar and all that was sideboarded. But this one, it seems like a specific sideboard. He's not that great at all. I haven't even seen a good ally deck using him yet. Aside from Proliferate, I really don't see much of him being used. He's definitely going to drop in price. Wormcoil Engine is just going to go up a little bit more in price. It's freaking amazing. And although it shouldn't go up that much, it was distributed quite a lot. And those are really all the mythics I wanted to talk about. So give me feedback on what you feel about the set, any cool combos you came up with, and any suggestions you would like to give me, and maybe for me to talk about later on, and I can research into them. So other than that, I'll see you next time.